Fire in the hole! Let's make some burgoo! Stay tuned! So you're asking yourself, what does a Florida boy know about Kentucky burgoo? And the answer is nothing. I don't know nothing about it. But Tango Joe, he's from New York, he made burgoo. And what got this whole thing started was Jeff over at Baloney Ring Ranch, excuse me, he made burgoo. And it was so interesting, I just thought I had to try it. So here's my pot on the hot fire. The first thing we're going to do is throw in some bacon. Why not? Bacon makes the world go around, doesn't it? So we get some bacon rendered down in that pot. And that'll give us some nice bacon fat to cook in. Can you see that? Yeah. Okay, bacon fat. Let's get that rendered down a little bit, and we'll come in with the next ingredient. So, okay, the bacon's rendered down a bit, so we're going to go in with the Holy Trinity. Onion, diced onion, diced bell pepper. Don't that look good already? Diced celery, and about 6 cloves of smashed garlic in there. And that's the Cajun Holy Trinity. Now we could make chili at this point if we want to make chili, but we don't. We're making burgoo. So we're going to cook these veggies down a bit, and then we're going to add some liquid to this, and then we're going to add in our meat. So let's get that cooked down. Oh, I got to put a little bit of seasoning in there. I want to put a little bit of Slap Your Mama in there. About a tablespoon of Slap Your Mama on those veggies to give them some flavor. How's that look? Looking good already, isn't it? Okay, let's get this cooked down a little bit. I'm going to come back with our meat, and we got more veggies to add, and we got some special liquid for this, because this is Kentucky burgoo by way of Florida. Since I'm in Florida, and since I'm a Florida boy, we're going to get our veggies cooked down a little bit and come back with some liquid and some meat. So stay tuned. Okay, so into our burgoo pot we go with some meat. And we're going to go in with a pound of ground beef, just like that. Going to brown that up in there. I noticed that when Jeff made his, he browned the ground beef ahead of time, but I figured, what the hell, this stuff's all going to cook in here for hours, so it should get cooked up just fine, you know, and I'll brown it off right here in my pot. Okay, get that meat browned up a little bit. Starting to look like something already. How do you like me so far, Jeff? Oh yeah, this is fun. This is the most fun you can have. This is cooking adventures right here when you do something you've never done before. Okay, we got our ground meat just about browned up a little bit. Next thing we're going to go in with some leftover pork ribs from a previous cook, and some leftover chicken. Grilled chicken from a previous cook. We're going to mix that all up, get that all happy in there, and my burgoo is starting to take a little bit of shape right here. But we got more crap to put in there, boy, I got to tell you. Wait till you see. And the next thing we got to do is put some liquid in there for this to cook in, because it's kind of dry right now, kind of like me. I'm feeling kind of dry too right now. Let's get that mixed up a bit. And we're going to go with the Florida style liquid. We got some Key Billy Island Ale beer from Key West, brewed with lime juice. That ought to make an interesting addition to our burgoo, I think. So let's put that beer in there. Of course, we'll have to save a taste for the brewmaster. Boy, that looks good. I should have drank that instead of cooking with it. Just want to get enough in there to cover that meat. Get that meat stewing in there. I'm gonna save a taste for me. Yeah, that looks good. Key Billy, Key Lime Island Ale. Oh yeah, that tastes good. You can taste the key lime in it too. That's really good. Okay. Now we want to season this up a little bit too while we're at it. Got our burgoo going here, boy. Got it cooking. We're gonna further season it with some of Tango Joe's Cajun rub, a nice Cajun spice that we're gonna put in there. Come on. Tango Joe's spices don't want to come out sometimes. That's about a tablespoon of Cajun spice, maybe a little bit more. Oh, that smells good. Now we're doing it. Oh, we're smelling good now, boy. Tango spice makes it smell good. Tango Joe did this a little different from me. I'll put a link in the description to the Bologna Ring Ranch, his burgoo, and Tango Joe. He made burgoo, and I think Keith Bettag made burgoo too. If I can find his video, I'll put a link to his video too. So we got our veggies in there stewing in that brew. We're gonna let that cook a while, and we're gonna come back with some more veggies and probably some more liquid too, because that's not nearly enough liquid. Okay, so it's looking pretty good so far. My burgoo is shaping up nicely. Okay, so let's let that cook and then we'll come back with the rest of the veggies, so stay tuned. My burgoo is perking along, and there's nothing like a steaming pot of beer-infused goodness on the grill. I tell you what, the smell from this is unbelievable. So now we got some more stuff to put in there. We got a large can of diced tomatoes with the liquid to go in there. It's going to give it some nice color, doesn't it? Some beautiful reds. Beautiful red color in there. Diced tomato, baby. Looking good. Ah, yeah. That's what the old man says. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, that's good. Okay, I wonder if the old man's going to make some burgoo. He might. Let's see. What else we got here? Oh, we got some peas. A can of peas with the juice of the can. That's good. Our pot's almost, but not quite to the rim. Not quite to the rim, but almost. Let me tell you what. I got some beef stock standing by in case I need more liquid. Doesn't look like I'm gonna though, but I might. You never know. Look at that. Pot's really starting to look like something, isn't it? Okay, let's go in there with some corn. Corn, something you gotta have in burgoo, I think. And I got some frozen corn. We're gonna put some of that in there. There you go. That's another beautiful color. That's yellow. So get that corn incorporated up in there. Look at that. It's getting to where I can't even hardly stir it. It's so full. My pot's not as big as the other guys. The big boys, they all got bigger pots than me. You know, like Tango Joe and them got them Dutch ovens. All I got's this Lodge cast iron pot, but I love it. I love my cast iron pot. Look at that. Those peas and that corn. All that Kentucky burgoo goodness by way of South Florida. Alright, let's get that cooking. Got one more thing that seems to be in every burgoo recipe that I look at. Everybody had the same thing. They had green beans in it. So we're going to put some green beans in there. Maybe a little bit more than that. Green beans. So you got some meat in there, yes, but you got some veggies too. You got a lot of veggies, let's face it. You got corn, you got peas, green beans, you got your onion, your garlic, your, uh-oh, there goes a green bean. He has escaped, folks. What shall we do? Whatever shall we do? Yeah, that's burgoo, baby. That's my version of burgoo. Let's put it that way. Okay, I don't claim to be from Kentucky. I've never even been to Kentucky. But, you know, I think I'll make a pretty decent burgoo. I think if you're from Kentucky and you come over for dinner tonight and I serve you burgoo, you might like it. Might be good to you. Sure looking good to me. Tell you what. Let me get that stuff Meat it up in there. So my wife says to me, what's Burgoo? And I said, well, it's kind of like chili, but without the chili. And you put a whole bunch of crap in there, you know, to make it like a, kind of like the kitchen sink is in there, you know what I mean? Got the kitchen sink going in there. Look at that Burgoo. How's that look? Look pretty good? Okay, everything's incorporated in there. All that's got to do is cook a while. Gonna put the lid on it, let it cook, and drink a beer. Stay. Okay, there's a Frosty Root Boy mug, and today's beer comes to us all the way from Texas. And my buddy Tom, the old man cooking, sent this to me. This is Revolver Brewing Company Blood and Honey, and it's made with blood orange peels and honey. I can't wait to taste it. Ever since he sent me a bunch of beers, and we're going to be featuring them over the next few weeks. But when I saw what was in this one, I couldn't wait to taste it. Blood oranges and honey. And it looks like a nice light ale. It's pouring out a beautiful yellow color with not a lot of head. Ah, that's beautiful. I can't wait to take a sniff of that. Blood orange peels, honey, and spices. Doesn't that sound good? Let's take a sniff of that. Hang on. I really don't smell the blood orange peels or the honey, but it just smells like a really good ale. Let's quaff the froth off of that roll. What do you think? It's kind of spicy. I kind of taste the spices, but not really. The blood orange peels and the honey is not really coming through. But anyway, it's good beer. Good beer. Thanks, Tom. And we'll be tasting beers that Tom sent me next few videos. So let's check on our Burgoo. Stay tuned. Okay, my Kentucky Burgoo is done. We're going to take a taste of it. I got some cornbread right here. Let's take a taste of that. Oh yeah, the cornbread's a little overdone. Burgoo is a little hot, but I think I nailed it. What do you think? How does it look? It's pretty good, doesn't it? It's hot. I'm gonna take a taste of it. Well, that's awesome. That is awesome. All the flavors have all kind of melded together, and the meat is all so tender. It's unbelievable. It's kind of too hot to eat right now, and but it was really good. I really like it. I will definitely be making Burgoo again. Look at that stuff. Looks good, doesn't it? I want to thank Jeff from Baloney Ring Ranch for turning me on to Burgoo, and Tango Joe, and all the other people who made Burgoo. You're all cool people. I'm going to put a link. Now, you know, like I always say, if you like this crap, please subscribe. If you don't, go over and see Jeff at Baloney Ring Ranch. He'll show you how to make real Burgoo. This is the Florida Burgoo. It ain't bad. Not bad at all. Pretty good, actually. Excuse me. And go over and check out the old man, Tom Scally. He sent me this awesome beer, as well as some other beers that we're going to be tasting. Excuse me, I got Burgoo caught in my throat. Pardon me. Anyway, yeah, he sent me this beer. He's a cool dude. Go over and check out the old man cooking. Go check out Baloney Ring Ranch. Subscribe to my channel. Come back next week. We may not cook anything good, but I'll bet you we drink a beer. Bye.